Well, getting ready to go on my trip up north tomorrow morning. Michelle and I are heading up to New York and New Jersey. Both my daughters are having babies about a week apart, so we'll be up there for at least, I'd say a week, maybe 10 days, hopefully not too much longer. I hate being away from the guppies. So I figured I'd put together a little video. I'm going to show you my breeders first. They're mostly all young breeders now. I discontinued all my older breeders, set up some new breeders the last few weeks. And after I show you all the new breeding tanks, which are all 5 gallons, then I'll show you some of the young juveniles coming up. That'll be available when I get back. I guess I'll start the video. Well, as you can see, these are young half-black reds. I've been working on this line for a while. I just want to make one note. Most of you that follow me and watch most of my videos, you'll notice my strains have been the same for several years. I don't switch from some goofy fin type guppy, some oddball Moscow. I stick with IFGA stock and no variations. I don't have the flavor of the day guppy. You know, I know there's lots of videos out on YouTube, and you have the prerogative to buy your fish from who you want. But if you want true breeding stock that are consistent, I recommend myself and several others. You know, if you speak to me personally and looking for something that I don't breed, I usually will recommend somebody that I have faith in. Anyways, it is the half-black reds. This is as close as I've gotten to Gene Baudier's old line that him and I developed back in the 80s. Most of my females have dark half-black bodies, and my males are finally getting good half-black. The red has always been there in the caudal with a matching dorsal. Alright, now we're going to my blues. These are all young. These are only about 4 months old. That's usually when I set up my breeders. As you can see, these blues are really nice. These are half-black blues. Excuse me. Next tank of the blues. So these half-black blues, I've been doing pretty well with these. I think I ended up in 2nd place overall for the year. I didn't show that many, only because I don't raise too many of the show size. I usually end up selling them out. But these are very nice fish. Good half-black body. Nice blue caudals, matching dorsals. I always go for matching dorsals. Very important to have matching dorsals in IFGA. These are my blues. Could have won this class this year had I have had more fish to show. Also, I just sell too many. I think I have probably the best blues in the country right now. The plastic mesh at the top, that's for the babies, just to get a little shelter in, if you're wondering what that's for. Now this is one of the new lines I've developed. Been working on something to make a multi over the last few years. These are similar to Brian Shin's multis. Gotta lighten up the body a little bit, but I'm pretty happy with the pattern. Definitely have three distinctive colors. A multi in the IFGA is three evenly colors with 15% minimum of the third color. These are half black purples. I've had these for many years. Another tank of half black purples. These are all young. All my breeders that I just set these up within the last month. I don't think there's a breeder here that's 5 months old. I think they're all between 3 and 4 months. These are my famous half black leopards. This is the line that throw the purple. At least in my water they're purple. Purple leopards. Very nice, true breeding. 80% of my offspring are identical fish. There might be a few that are a little thinner or not as evenly patterned, but overall, good half black body on males and females, always matching dorsals. If you want to win in the IFGA, you need matching dorsals, no matter what class. I don't know if these are going to show, but these cobras, the males, they come out of my one line, my oldest line of half black AOCs. They're not snakeskin, they are a cobra. Sort of like a yellowish green pattern. Here comes the one male now. I usually don't sell my cobras. But then again, I'll cross them into another half black line from time to time to see if I can come up with something new. I don't usually play around with being hoping to get something completely different. I try to stick to the basics, generation after generation, following a line breeding program. No happenstance here. Everything has a plan. You get a good idea of the difference between a cobra and a snakeskin. And these are not metalheads. These are cobras. There's some more half black AOC purples. A few babies in there. Haven't pulled them yet. They were just set up a month ago, and they're already starting to drop. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be here the next 2 weeks at least. So hopefully, when I get back, my females will be nice and loaded and ready to drop. There's my half black greens. I don't think you're going to see a good color in these right now because of the lighting. My fish room isn't really brightly lit. But you can see they're half black greens, good half black body. Again, I don't get to show these too often because they're very popular with my customers. Very prolific. Occasionally you'll get a half black purple out of these, a solid half black purple. You notice I don't keep plants in my, as I was saying, you don't see plants in my tanks. I raise fancy guppies. I don't raise snails. I don't raise plants. My tanks are pristine and clean. And this isn't because I just did a water change before I did the video. These are my tanks. You come to my fish room anytime, ask anybody, my tanks are clean. You want to raise quality, healthy guppies, you need clean tanks. Not green water, not floating plants, not crap on the bottom. There's many videos on YouTube. Check them out. You'll see a big difference between my fish room and the others. So this is my oldest line of half-black AOC yellow leopards. He's got a split tail, but these females can be a little aggressive at times. Probably got nipped. This is also one of my older lines, half-black leopards. These more or less have a blue tint or a green tint, not yellow. So they're not a yellow leopard. The line of cobras. These cobras come out of my old line of half-black AOC yellow leopards. I didn't put these in the line. They just pop out. Must be in the genetics from many, many years ago before I got them. They just pop up. So anyway, I got a couple females that came out. They're woman half-black. And these are the second generation of siblings, gray body cobra male to gray body cobra female. And I have several tanks of babies coming up from these. Another tank, breeding tank of half-black reds, very young. I just set these up on the 7th of July. That male's not even 3 months old. He just popped out. I mean, he just was an eye catcher out of a whole tank. I put him with some older females. And time will tell. Real good match. There's no special light on this tank. This is the color of that male. These are purples, young purple male. I don't know if these are going to come to the front. A lot of people have been asking me, what's up with your reds? You don't have any reds available. Well, I'm basically sold out. I got caught by surprise by not setting up breeders soon enough. But this is a full red male crossing back to my Schubel females. My Schubel red female line just become less and less prolific, and I didn't continue it. And these are my straight full reds. Nice color. Very young. So I don't usually play around with making new fish or new creations or whatever. This male came out of a Moscow line that was supposed to be grass, turned out to be Moscow bicolors. But this one male popped up, and I decided to cross him into my half-black AOCs because he had the least amount of Moscow, but I liked the pattern. Also, matching dorsal, very important. Well, these are my fry tanks, also 5.5. These are on my lower racks, as you can see. I'll walk back a little bit. First two rows are my breeders, which you saw already. And these are my fry tanks. Anywhere from a few days old to a month. There might be a couple that are 5 to 6 weeks old because I don't have tanks to move them into yet. But all my litters are raised in separate tanks. I do not mix litters. I do not harem breed. Everything has a purpose. I can pick any tank of any breeders, any juveniles, any babies, and by the number. These are number 306 purple green cross, born 621. I can go back exactly to that book page in my record book and tell you who the parents were, when they were born, and where they came from. Not too many breeders can give you that information. There's some more babies over here. These were just born yesterday. Actually, the 29th. These are my half-black AOC white leopards. I don't usually sell these. These are some young reds. Some purples. Okay, I'm going to end this video. I'll show you my shrimp hatchery. I only have one up right now. I usually have two going. The one in the middle is for the day's hatch. I split in half. I put half the hatch in the middle cone with half salt water, half fresh water, and then I'll feed that later on the same night. That's ready for today. I'm going to do that after I finish the video. I hatch 2 teaspoons per container. The salinity is 1.018, and that's a combination of used salt water from a previous hatch, some sea salt, and a couple salt water softener pellets. Excellent hatches. All right, so let's start with some of my juveniles or older fish. These are my half-black AOCs. Everybody wants them. These are getting ready for the annual. Young half-black reds. Young half-black blues. The baskets are holding virgin females. I believe in using virgin females for my breeders. These are young blues. These are just 8 weeks old. Half-black greens. Trying to get that right angle so you can see that they are half-black green and not half-black purple or half-black blue. I just don't have good lighting in my fish room. These are some red bicolors. These originally came out of the red mosaic, so I don't know what people are calling them. I identify my fish by IFGA recognized classes. There's some young red bicolors. This is about the age I sell. I don't sell old fish. More half black AOCs. These are my white leopards. Don't usually sell these. I will on occasion, but it's a special request. There's a nice half black lavender. You notice this is one litter. These are just about 6-7 months old. Just look at all of them overall and you'll see they're all fairly matched except for that one lavender. There might be two. Dorsal caudal match, pattern and color. Alright, so here's some young full reds. These are just a month old. These are the females in the basket. I think I left one female in the tank to be chased. Yeah, there she is. I think there might be an albino added this also. One male albino, and I think there's a female albino also. Came out of that drop. Alright, this is my line of greens that produce the wide tails. Haven't offered this line for sale in a long time. This is one of my toughest lines to get good matching dorsal caudal. Sometimes the dorsals are darker than the caudal. But it's coming along, as you can see. Good body size. Trying to add some color to the body. This was a large batch of, large drop of half black greens. Should be a little fatter. I think I just have too many fish in this tank. Here's a nice tank of half black reds. I think these are 13 weeks old. Today's 7/31. And again, females are in the baskets. There's a couple chasers in there. These are about 4-month-old half black purples. Also one drop. These are not mixed. This is a cell tank. All these females will be pre-hit when sold. Alright, these are those Moscows. It was supposed to be a line of grass. They turned out to be a Moscow. Out of these, I got my that one multi that I'm trying to set the strain. I mean, these are nice fish if you like Moscows. I'm not a fan of Moscows. This is another line of greens. Now this is probably my dirtiest tank. Maybe I'll do one more water change before I leave tomorrow. Because they're not going to be fed for the whole time I'm gone. They'll be in the dark. There's my purples. Another tank of red bicolors. These will be available when I come back. I don't know how well these are going to come out. It's kind of dark in this row. But these are blues. Another tank of half black reds. Now you can see that there's another fish in here that looks like that multi, but it doesn't have really enough of the third color. This tank is going to be discontinued when I get back. I just don't have time right now. Some more purples. Another tank of greens. Young blues. It's another tank I'll be selling out of. It's a young tank of half black purple leopards. And I know they're showing yellow, but I know what line they came out of. Now this is the same fish, just a little bit older. Another tank of half black AOCs. You can see my half black AOCs are my favorites. Been breeding half black AOCs since the late 70s, early 80s, except for the few years I was rehabbing from my cancer. These fish have not been discontinued. A big drop of half black AOC leopards. It's about the age I sell from. These are some of my fish that have gone to the shows. They just didn't go to Deep South. All my fish from Deep South were auctioned off, because I didn't think I'd be home in time for them to arrive today. So I put them all up for auction. The half black blues. These are the females from my whitetails. The males went to Deep South. They took first in a tank entry. But these are the females from the whitetails, long dorsals. Not my favorite type of fish. The more ornate your females will be, the more drab your males will be. So I try to stay with non-distinct looking females. Just look for stocky bodies. These are half black purples. I don't know if these next few tanks are going to show up well. These are half black purple leopards. And those are blues. Let me see if I can get in the corner here. These are nice blues. I mean, all my blues are nice. This just happens to be the right age to really photograph well. This is, now you can see these are the half black purple leopards. Let me get to my bottom row. Blues. These are my old line of the half black AOC lavenders. These are my yellow leopards. Let me see if I can put a light on these and show you the actual color. These lower tanks have very little light. These are half black greens. I guess I should have cleaned the fronts of my glass, but my main concern is the inside of the tanks being clean. Half black purple. These are the half black whites, AOC whites. Yeah, I think I'm gonna, these are old half black reds. I don't even know if they're show worthy. But see what happens if they make it to October for the annual. Some young half black purples. Some more half black purples. These are purples. Young half black blues. Young half black greens. These are nice. I mean, they're all nice, but these fish just happen to photograph well. These are the AOC. Some of these will show up purple, lavender. Well, that's about it. Now I'll show you basically what you're looking at. This is the fish room. There's the breeding tanks on this side, on this wall. And here's the long section of my 10s and 120 gallon tank. I think I have 60s odd 10 gallon tanks with the 120 and 40 odd 5.5s. Let me put a light on here again. Alright, well that's about it. Let me shut this light off, it's annoying me. Well, I thought this was going to be the end of the video, but there was a couple things I wanted to do or show before I end it. One thing I want to stress is becoming a member of the IFGA. Loads of information on the website for upcoming shows, information about the organization. And by becoming a member, you have access to the archives, the library. It's a world of information. And by being a member, any points you accumulate, I mean, if you show your fish on the IFGA circuit, the only way you can accumulate points towards a trophy is by being a current member. Okay, with that said, you just go to ifga.org, check it out. Subscription is very easy by snail mail or PayPal. Anyway, I'm going to show you one last thing before I end the video for good. Is how I feed my brine shrimp. Okay, I basically start, let me see if I can move this so you can see how I do my babies. Okay, I'm using, yeah, I'm not in the video, but anyway, I use the condiments bottles. You can buy these in Walmart or whatever, they come in a pack individually. Much easier than using a baster. A baster can be very dangerous because the bulb gets very disgusting. If you ever look inside a bulb of a turkey baster, it's black. This is clean, okay? So basically what I do is I split up my shrimp hatch into 4 bottles. I start with my babies. They all get some. Actually, all my babies get a lot. They get this twice a day. Because my hatch is split in half. And half I'll use in the morning, like now. And then this is the other half. I don't know if you can see it from there. That's bubbling up in the middle of the cone. That'll be ready for tonight. That doesn't have to be hatched. It's already hatched. I just pour it into my net, rinse it a couple times, and it's good to go. So anyway, so I fed all my babies, and now I feed all my breeders. This takes me less than 5 minutes. It's probably the least amount of time I spend in the fish room is feeding. I don't know if everybody that sees my YouTube videos follows me on Facebook, but it's the same call name, Championship Show Guppies, on Facebook. Like my page, and of course like my videos. I don't make no money on these. I'm not a... I make some money selling my fish, but the hobby costs a lot just to maintain, between food, electricity, equipment. But you won't see any ads on my pages. I'll leave that to the guys that need it. So if you have any questions, I mean, you can post your questions on YouTube, but the best way is to email me at either guppyman@showguppies.com or BronxYogi, BronxYogi @gmail. I answer all questions. You can also find my information for my phone number on my Facebook page or whatever. Text me first before calling, because I won't answer a phone call from somebody I don't know unless you're in my phone book. And that's it. Everybody's fed. Now, this is the end of the video. Bye.